2012, Sunday morning. I'm sat up in the balcony at a church service sitting next to my friend Alex. We're not really paying attention to the sermon because Alex is showing me his brand new iPhone, and he shows me this game he downloaded. It was called Minecraft. It didn't really look like much on sight. It was blocky, it was pixelated, it was kind of weirdly empty and barren. And right then, in that balcony, on the day in 2012, I knew that I had to get my hands on that game. Okay, so what can I do? I mean, I'm like 13, 14 at the time. I don't have a credit card, but my mom does, so I need to ask her. My parents didn't really know about video games, so I had to pitch this game on a level they'd understand. So it was like I was a contestant on my own personal Shark Tank. So I do my research, I learn more about this Minecraft game, and then I think of the perfect thing to say that'll for sure get the thumbs up. So I walk in, I talk to my mom, I describe Minecraft, and I say, it's basically just Lego. And for the record, I was not the first person or only person to think of this. In fact, pretty much from go, like everybody compared Minecraft to Lego.
Minecraft is sort of like digital Lego.
Well, you're in this huge world comprised entirely of blocks. It's like a Lego utopia.
It's almost kind of like a real-life Lego game.
A virtual game of Lego blocks.
Lego is a great idea, okay? Minecraft, same thing, except they don't even get to go outside.
Even the developer of Minecraft, Mojang, remember that name, they got in on it. They said, quote, Minecraft and Lego were meant to be together. Which, yeah, right? So they're both blocky. They're both about building things. They both put creativity front and center. And from 2012 on, both Lego and Minecraft played a huge part of my life. They got me interested in making content, which led me to film school, which led me to journalism, podcasts, reviews, to here. And of course, Lego got in on Minecraft, right? In 2013, they released their first Minecraft set, which was a sort of diorama of a Minecraft forest. Now that did so well that they released 3 more of these micro worlds, and in 2014, they put out the first wave of minifig scale Minecraft sets. And since then, well, let's just say the Minecraft sets are doing very well. It's one of Lego's longest running themes and one of their best selling. But I'll be honest, I was not really a huge fan of these sets. To me, they're a little too blocky, a little too rough looking, maybe elementary. I don't think the pixel art style of Minecraft translates really well into Lego, and it's not for me. At least, that's what I thought until I talked to today's guest. He spent the last 3 years building a massive Lego Minecraft world, and he is so stinking passionate about Minecraft Lego that by the end of our chat, I kinda liked Minecraft Lego, which I did not expect. But hey, it makes sense. Lego and Minecraft are a perfect fit. It just took me a while to see it. I'm Eric Crittenden, and this is Clutch Power, a show about the ways we love Lego. Episode 4, Lego and Minecraft, a match made in heaven. First, in part 1, an interview with Caleb Schilling, aka Cheesey Studios, all about Minecraft, Lego, and the specific charm of Lego Minecraft. We'll take a break and then it's on to a bonus section for Patreon supporters only, where Caleb and I go on a nostalgia tour of mid-2000s Lego. You remember themes like Exoforce, Knights Kingdom 2, Dino Attack? And you're going to want to listen to this part. Finally, in part 2, we take a look at Caleb's giant Lego Minecraft build and the surprising challenges that show up when we try to go from game to Lego. This is a great episode, and Caleb and I had a ton of fun nerding out about this stuff. So, let's get moving. Part 1, Cheese and Minecraft. We all have a Lego legacy, a Legacy, if you will. And Caleb Schilling has a pretty good one. He is a Lego ambassador, which means Lego sends him sets to review. He and his brother were contestants on the TV show Lego Masters, and he has a pretty big YouTube following. But I actually learned about Caleb through another video from Lego content creator and future Clutch Power guest, JT Sandman. Those two did a collab where they built tiny Minecraft worlds together. I saw it, and Caleb seemed like a perfect fit for the podcast. Little did I know how much this dude was actually into Minecraft. But first, let's do a little history. Minecraft is one of the best-selling video games of all time. It got its start around 2009, and ever since then, it's been updated and morphed and molded into a game that basically has no ceiling. You can do anything in Minecraft, and if you don't believe me, if that sounds hyperbolic, look at the links I put in the show notes. We've got a guy making a working TV in Minecraft, a guy making Minecraft playable within Minecraft, and some truly insane building from my favorite Minecraft YouTuber, B00. If you've never played Minecraft, it's pretty simple. The world is made up of millions of tiny blocks. You can mine these blocks, you keep them in your pockets, and then you use those same blocks to build things. You can also combine blocks or other items like sticks and diamonds to make other things, and so on and so on. Minecraft, as with Lego, has basically total freedom. You can build whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. There's no rules, baby. So that's why I picked it up in 2012 and really haven't put it down since. And Caleb, he's no different. So what is your history with Minecraft?
My Minecraft story ironically starts with Lego. So I played Lego Universe, which I believe came out in 2010, 2011, right?
Yeah.
And Lego Universe lasted, 9 months before they canned that thing?
I played it like once, I think.
It was bad, right? It cost $120 a year to play. It was ridiculous. It never stood a chance. And so one of my buddies on there, Pie Maker was his name, invited me to his Minecraft server after the game crumbled and fell in love instantly. And so I was fortunate enough to kind of get in on the ground floor of Minecraft. It was release version 1.0. I wasn't a beta tester or anything like that, but I was in there pretty early on back in 2011. And so it is a game I still play today. It's a game I still enjoy today. It's timeless. You know, whenever the boys, from high school and I get back together, you better believe we open up a land world for all of 2 hours, and it's a hoot.
Do you go through phases with Minecraft? Like I'll have there's like a 2-month period every year where it's like all I do.
I can't remember what the exact time frame is called, but they call it it's something like that, the 2 week grind or something that happens it's a pattern, a predictable pattern in like all people for Minecraft. Yeah. My situation is weird because I work full time for a Minecraft server, so I have no choice but to play Minecraft every single day of my life. But there are times where I will start up a survival world too, like anybody else, and eventually I will totally get burned out on it, and that's fine. That's part of the process.
How is that a full-time job?
Eventually, I've been there for 11 years now, and so things have changed dramatically at Hypixel. So now I'm contracted directly by the company for a full-time position. And I have a lot of experience doing what I do. I'm the senior most level designer on the team. So essentially, I get paid to build the environments. And everything I do is in game. I mean, I work with spreadsheets and crap like that too. But we use in-game tools like World Edit, Voxel, Sniper, the classics, But it works. It's a popular server, the biggest in the world, has been for eons, and it is fun. I get to work with people all around the world, and they're fantastic, creative, and generally Lego-loving people.
I would imagine there's a lot of crossover.
100%. Ironically, I'm the only one who likes the Minecraft theme amongst my coworkers. A lot of them are Star Wars guys, but it's such a great group of people, and I always say, even though I studied filmography, I wanted to be a video editor when I was at school. Why would you give up the job when you're paid to play Minecraft?
Yeah. Do you think with Minecraft, and this honestly, I could ask the same question about Lego. I feel like recently, in the last couple years with Minecraft, there's been a feeling that I get where it's like there's too many blocks and the palette is too large.
Yeah. Hypixel, for the most part, is still running version 1.8.9, which has to be closing in on 10 years old at this point, if it's not already. But yeah, you're talking about doubling, if not tripling, the amount of blocks in the game. So it's very overwhelming. We have two separate build servers. We have one for the 189, and then we have one for latest content. And every time I go over there, I honestly have no idea what's going on. I'm definitely that old guy stuck in his ways. And this is too. It's overwhelming. It's really cool. There's some features in there that are incredible to take advantage of, but holy cow, like some of the variations of gray are pretty subtle.
Or like all the different coppers. It's just,
the coppers, insane. The names they come up with for these things, it's like 5 words long.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about Lego to a certain extent, or at least in terms of like piece specialization. Like, I'm very much a classic guy. I like bricks.
Yeah.
I like slopes and stuff.
And that's why I think you would probably love building some good old Minecraft sets.
For most of Lego's history, fans were at the mercy of whatever Lego wanted to do. No more Indiana Jones sets? Too bad. You want more? Like a lot more horrifying NBA sets? Nothing we can do about it, so I guess. Until 2011, when they launched a site called Lego Cuso. And if 10,000 people voted for one of these ideas, it had a real shot at becoming an official Lego set. These days, of course, it's known as Lego Ideas, and these days, any idea can get 10,000 votes. But back in 2011, that was not the case. So we were all kind of shocked to see that the third official Lego Cuso set was 21102 Minecraft Micro World. And even weirder, Mojang, the creator of Minecraft, submitted the idea. What is sort of the history of Lego Minecraft? Because you mentioned Cuso.
Lego Cuso was the forerunner to Lego Ideas, of course, and so I believe the Lego Minecraft project reached the 10,000 supporters in under 48 hours, which is absolutely insane. We're talking the third set ever. This would have been the first worldwide release, too. The others were Japan exclusives. And so you got some of the best packaging work that Lego's ever done. Cubic boxes. It was a micro-scale set. And it was so successful that they ended up doing 3 more micro worlds, is what they called them. 2 in 2013, and then the end would have released in 2014, right ahead of minifigure scale sets when the Minecraft theme became a permanent theme, no longer under the Cuso line. And that's when things really started to get crazy.
You mentioned you weren't a big fan of the micro worlds at first.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I think the hardest thing for me to wrap my head around is that it wasn't accurate, right? Like, it couldn't easily be made block accurate because 2 plates is not a perfect cube. It needs to be 2.5 plates, which is doable, but just really painfully difficult to do. And so and my favorite thing, the reason I started getting into the Minecraft sets in the first place was the minifigures. And so you get rid of the minifigures, and I was like, why would I buy these? But once I had built all the micro world sets, and even before that, I built the crafting table. That was kind of like, oh, I get it now. It's a lot cheaper. You can build a lot more world for a lot less money. So that first year, it's hard to, I might be wrong, but I think it was about 6 sets were released in August probably of 2014. And so there was quite the spread. There was a couple $20 sets, and then it went up to the mine, which was $110 already, which is a pretty bold debut for such a basic and kid, oriented theme. But ever since then, it's been evergreen. The theme is 11 years old. It's one of the longest running currently available Lego themes, which is crazy, but it makes sense because it is this callback to the very roots of Lego. And I think that's why it resonates with me and probably with a lot of other people. It shuns, especially, I think the recent epidemic, in the Lego parts space is the amount of curved elements. It's kind of so true to Lego's DNA. It's the most authentic sort of thing you can buy, aside from one of those totes of a bunch of random bricks. And even those come with a bunch of curved elements now. So maybe Minecraft is kind of the truest thing to that, 70s Lego experience.
So is that your main draw to Lego Minecraft? Or how did you get into Lego Minecraft?
It started for me, obviously, because I did it for work, and I was still pretty young at the time. I loved collecting the minifigures. They were kind of just, my little desk buddies for a while. My earliest Lego Minecraft experiences were with building Minecraft worlds before the theme even existed, even on Kuso. So if you go to my YouTube channel and sort the videos by oldest, you'll find
I saw.
You'll find this goofy, soundless animation from 2011, right when Lego Universe was tapering off. And so, I always had, this passive interest in it. But when the sets came out, I, like many other people, thought, wow, these look pretty stupid. It wasn't tiled off, for instance, and it wasn't perfectly cubic. And so it was like the figures were really the only draw for me. And so that's what it started out as. I remember, in high school going to Walmart after school, getting some clearance sets, and that was just here and there collecting some of the figures. And eventually I would go and make a little display for them. And that was kind of my first big Minecraft mock, and it was never something I took seriously because I knew as, as an up and coming, I wanted to be a big mock builder, right? I wanted to be featured on the Brothers Brick, and I knew the Minecraft stuff was never going to make it. And so it was something I hid in the basement. It brought me joy, and that was it. Didn't want
kept the secret.
It was my dark and dirty secret. No photographing this. Don't let anybody know. I'll never be taken seriously again, even if I am 15 years old or whatever. It's
yeah. No, I remember. I think I've only had one Minecraft set ever. And it was the Fortress. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, it is, especially when you go from something. Ninjago is a great example of these over-engineered, super sculpted, basically mock-level sets. And then you go to, your average $20 Minecraft set. It's pretty crazy. Just the difference of, I wouldn't say quality, but build experience, certainly.
Yeah. I mean, it's also cubic.
Yeah.
which is as I've gotten older and Lego is more into the slopes and arches, I'm like, I kind of like the cubes, actually.
Exactly. I mean, they're phenomenal parts packs, if nothing else.
Yeah.
All prints is great too. There's only 2 Minecraft sets with stickers, and those are very much anomalies. And so you get these wonderful, useful, bulky elements, lots of base plates, things like that. And so there's definitely some appeal, even just for your average mock builder, in parting these things out.
Even I've done some volunteer work with kids, and they are really into Lego Minecraft.
Yeah, and part of it, of course, is just the mainstream appeal of
Sure.
Minecraft. But I think there's other things that the theme has going for it too, in vibrant colors. Easy to work with pieces. They're big pieces. Builds come together quickly.
Mm-hmm.
As I've gone back and looked at some of my childhood sets, I think that was some of the appeal of things like the earliest version of Hogwarts Castle. It uses a lot. There was a lot of fun detail pieces to keep it really fun looking, cool, interesting. But there's those burps, built into the castle itself. There was the pre-assembled tower elements, things like that made it really satisfying as a kid And even as an adult, to watch it come together so quickly. And Lego Minecraft still gives you that because it's 2x4s. That's a big element. And then you got your 16x16 base plates. It's easy to build on top of. There's sturdy builds. And a lot of the Minecraft stuff is fun. I know people in my circles love to hate on the mob houses that Lego Minecraft loves to push out, but they're funny, recognizable, cute characters. There's a lot of appeal in that, whether or not you like Minecraft. Like, funny, blocky chicken, that's kind of universal. Especially, well, now with you got the Minecraft movie, chickens are even funnier than ever.
Yeah. What was your take on the Minecraft movie sets? Because they're kind of the same, but a little different.
I really did not like the Minecraft movie sets at all. I couldn't use them in my own creations. It would have to be like its own separate thing. Like it reminded me of like some high resolution Minecraft texture pack sort of slapped on them.
Okay.
And I think there's something you can play with there for sure in a regular Minecraft mock but I thought the sets were pretty underwhelming. They weren't certainly outside the context of the movie, but like the play features weren't all that interesting to me. There was nothing there to win me over. And I did end up reviewing them, and I parted them out and used the 2x4 bricks in my Minecraft world.
Was there anything different other than the minifigs about the sets themselves?
The Woodland Mansion Battle was the smaller of the two sets. It felt like it leaned into some more detail than I would expect in the structure itself. Like just some less of the 2x2 block geometry and more. It would have been hard to peg that as a Minecraft set.
Yeah.
If you didn't know it was a Minecraft set, because you got regular minifigures, you got a structure that isn't as gridded, I guess, as your standard Minecraft stuff. And obviously the prints and decals are definitely not pixelated too, so there's that.
For the regular Minecraft sets, is there one that sticks out as your favorite?
The skeleton dungeon is my favorite. It's not the most beautiful set by any means, but it was really, really fun. It featured a spawning mechanism, which was a rotating wall that brought skeletons in to like magically spawn in. The spawner itself did the typical spinning baby skeleton on the inside. There was falling dripstone, falling drip leaves in the set, had an exclusive minifigure that looked really cool, and it was like $35. It was certainly on the cheaper end of things, and that kind of brought me back to those early days of the original themes where they just jam-packed it with play features.
Yeah.
But these were like sensible play features. This is stuff that you encounter in the game, and I thought it was just really, really great design work. Yeah, I had a ton of fun building that, and I'll always remember that one. That's going to be hard to top, especially at that price point.
Yeah. Is there a least favorite?
Least favorite? Oh, besides the Minecraft
movie stuff, yeah.
They've done some weird sets over the years, like the buildable figures, didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah. Like the pig, what is it, the pig party?
The pig party, that's a crazy one. That was so out of left
field.
Where
did that come from?
It was literally one of the last releases of, was it last year?
I think so.
Been that and it was, again, dirt cheap, super, super funny set. But yeah, not terribly useful even for what I do. The prints are huge. So that, like, as cute as a set as it is, probably up there as one of the least favorites. Honestly, I think the beauty of the Minecraft sets is if you don't like it, the parts are still useful to make another Minecraft thing. Very easily recycled no matter what the set is, because you're always getting brown, gray, tan, green elements. Super useful stuff.
Why are the Minecraft sets so cheap?
So there's this, if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty reason of it.
Yeah.
So at Lego, you can best see this on Pick-a-Brick, right? And the prices they have there. So like if you buy a goat right now, which obviously is a complicated printed element that's only been included in one set, it's like $5. It's absolutely absurd. This is directly from Lego. And the reasoning for that is because that mold is brand new. It's only been used in one set, that the cost of making the mold and producing the part has not been spread out amongst a bunch of sets to help lower that price. But a 2x4 that comes in literally every set, that mold is well paid off at this point. And so it becomes very cheap for the Lego group to repurpose it. They're using colors that have existed at least since 2004. So we're talking about really old colors, like the common grays, browns, greens, things like that. You're using really well integrated elements in the portfolio. And I have to imagine to some extent that the licensing fees that Mojang charges are not as significant as what Disney would. I think from what at least I can glean, and this is based on no evidence whatsoever, the working relationship between Mojang and Lego seems really good. And that you can kind of see that with the speed at which Minecraft updates are, brought out in Lego sets. It's often been said that it takes 2 years for a product to go from design to release. But sometimes we see in the Minecraft theme, new updates in Minecraft are featured in a set in a year or sometimes even less.
Yeah.
And so you can tell that they're working together behind the scenes to make these things happen. And so there's a lot of good collaboration going on, cheap elements. Lego Minecraft obviously introduces new molds, but they do a good job of repurposing them too. The pig head is the same as the cow head, is the same as the sheep head, is the same as the spider head, right?
Yeah.
It's all these things that are recycled and reused. And there's specialized things like the goat head, but they try to put that in a bunch of different sets. Or you get crazy situations like the wolf head, which appeared on the modular building police station as a detail element. And so they encourage other designers to use it in their own themes, and Mojang seems to be okay with that too, because there are certain designs, I think this might be more minifigure based, that remain IP locked to certain themes because the IP owner doesn't want that showing up anywhere else. But generally, Lego's pretty good about that. Even like Harry Potter wands show up in botanical sets now, right? And so there's things like that. But you're never going to see certain Star Wars elements show up.
You're never going to see the
theme.
Darth Vader helmet.
Exactly. And that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But you would think the same thing would be true of the wolf head, which is very, very much Minecraft, but it's shown up. It's hard to use outside of Minecraft, obviously, but they made it work in the police station.
Yeah. With Lego sets, there's price per piece. Like the golden ratio is about 10 cents a piece. I feel like most Minecraft sets are less than 10 cents a piece.
Yeah,
which is like unheard of.
Exactly. Yeah, compare that to Star Wars. Anything.
Which is like 20 cents a piece.
And it's so ironic because another metric that you can judge sets by is price per weight. And the price, because we're just talking about volume of plastic, like the actual raw cost, you would think that it, and like there are obviously other factors, like we talked about new molds and stuff and printing that go into it. But there are Minecraft sets that weigh twice as much as a Star Wars set, and they cost the same amount of money, right? And like that's insane. So you are getting tremendous value typically out of your Minecraft set. Ironically, and this is generally the opposite for many other themes, but as the Minecraft sets get more expensive, the price per part seems to get worse. And usually that's not the case with other sets. And I don't know why that is. I think they're just tapping on that premium price tag on what already is clearly a premium product that's going to be sold to rich parents buying it for their kids. But yeah, you see that a lot with, I think the Iron Golem Fortress was a good example. It was like, I want to say $120, maybe even $130 for a 900 piece set. I'm like, no, Minecraft, you're buying 10 cents per part. What are you doing?
So how do you feel about Lego Minecraft now? Because I kind of like it, or at least I respect it a lot more. Up next, for Patreon supporters, Caleb and I take a little break from Minecraft to chat about some other LEGO themes from back in the day. I'm talking Exoforce, I'm talking LEGO Studios, I'm talking LEGO games. You remember LEGO games, don't you? For everyone else, Caleb and I start talking about his LEGO Minecraft world. The world that took him 3 years, a lot of patience, and God knows how many pieces. Part 2, a Minecraft mock. A lot of us AFOLs, adult fans of LEGO, enjoy building LEGO in our spare time. More than just sets, we like to build things called mocks, my own creations, essentially custom builds. No instructions, no official LEGO set number, we just kind of take whatever's on our mind and build it. And I'll admit my own experience is pretty limited. I build a mock every now and again, and usually at most it'll take me like a month, and then I'll kind of call it a day. But some AFOLs build bigger and better. I mean, these builds take months, thousands of pieces, and like a ton of time. But Caleb wanted to take things a step further. In 2022, he started to build a LEGO Minecraft world, and it started pretty small, but it started growing quick. Let's talk about your Minecraft LEGO world.
Yeah.
How did that start?
Going back kind of to like that way to display the minifigures, because I love the minifigures, right? That was the original intention of the Minecraft world. So it was very linear. It was going to go on the mantle or something. But I released a Minecraft video on my YouTube channel. You know, this is my first time talking about my Minecraft in public, you know, and the video did shockingly well. By shockingly well, I mean like 2,000 views. And I was like, that was my biggest, or one of my biggest videos at the time, because most of my content was Lego Masters related before then. And so I was like, I needed a reason now to, you know, like, oh, hey, let me do this Minecraft build that I've always wanted to do with the tiles, with the 2x2 tiles, make it look like it was taken straight out of the game. And so that's when I built my first module, the Desert Well, which was simply 16x16 studs. That's 8x8 in-game blocks, super small, super generic structure. But I had all the pieces because I was a big Harry Potter guy. So I had tan, you know, like I had enough tan 2x2 tiles without buying any that I could pull it off.
Was that the only reason you did that? Because you just had
exactly. Like I had just finished college. I had just gotten married. So I was well and truly broke. And so like buying stuff was not an option at all. That's how it started. And that video flopped. It was really like no one cared. It was just like crazy to me because like everyone loved the other Minecraft video, and I was like, you know what, whatever. We're gonna make it episode 2 because I really enjoyed it, and so I wanted to do a jungle. I was out of tan 2x2 tiles at that point, but I had enough like green jumpers to pull off.
It was all very economical.
So much so.
Yeah. Again,
it was another 16x16 stud module. It was super small. Used up all my brown and green pieces to make that. And that video flopped harder. It got maybe 60% of the views of the first. So it didn't even break 1,000 views, which was really sad. And that translated to maybe like $1 in revenue. But I really enjoyed it. So I made one big episode where I did have to order some 2x2 tiles to make it happen. That was the village. And lo and behold, the village was a very, very successful video. That was the turning point of Cheesey Studios as a whole. That was, you can see very clearly when that video dropped, you know, if you look in my lifetime analytics, because that's when it goes from flat lines up. And of course, in retrospect, it makes sense. That build is way bigger than all the others. It was 4 times bigger than the Desert Well. It's a super iconic structure to the game, right? The village. So it had everything working for it. Had a lot. It was really densely detailed, super fun. And all of a sudden, that video starts making money. And I'm like, oh, people want to see this. And everyone was leaving suggestions on what to do next. And so at that point, I started actually documenting. I had a spreadsheet of people's suggestions. And over time, that would become impossible to maintain when I was getting 100 to 200 suggestions a day. But for the first, couple of months, that was how I started doing episodes. It was kind of like the most suggested thing would become the new build. And this all was linear still at this point, because you had the desert well, you had the jungle, then you had the village. And then from there, it went to the lush caves on this side, and you got the snowy taiga on the other, and the Mesa Badlands. Still with this dream of being able to put it on a shelf, put all the minifigures on there. But like the videos progressively kept getting more and more views, even if they weren't as exciting of episodes as the village. Even the snowy taiga, people were digging that. And I realized, okay, we're gonna have to go 3D with this. We're gonna have to get some depth to this world, and eventually went on to add the underground modules, which add the whole layer of complexity, but opened up so many possibilities at the same time. And so all of a sudden it became this self-sustaining sort of projects where it paid for itself and I could kind of do whatever I wanted, which became evident in future episodes where I started spending $2 a piece on grass stems for the savannah, or, $2 a piece for sand red in the granite patches, like really silly stuff that added a lot of, interest to this world. Like, before too long, it took on a life of its own. It was very much the backbone of the channel, but soon enough, there was enough funds coming in from the Minecraft series that I was able to fund projects that I had always wanted to do. That Minecraft series drew in an audience that I would have never been able to reach otherwise. Because there was a lot of people, and there still are a lot of people who watch that Minecraft series who have no interest in Lego whatsoever. They like Minecraft, and they love seeing it brought into the physical world.
How big is the final build?
I want to say, I think it's about 4.5 by 6 feet of table space. And then probably at its highest point, it's got to be on top of the underground, maybe 3 feet tall, like with the mountain and stuff, I would imagine. It's a big beast, that's for sure.
Yeah. When did you decide to call it quits?
That's actually a good question. I'm trying to think of when I would have made that decision. I made that decision long before we actually made it to that point. I always knew I was going to finish with the Stronghold. It was just the perfect finale episode. And when I realized that I could force that to line up at episode 50, it just felt right. I could have kept expanding forever. But there came a point too where interest waned in the series. It peaked, a year and a half ago probably. And it's not like the videos ever did poorly, but some of them struggled to reach 100,000 views. And that's when I realized, okay, I think we need to stop this one. And I think, capping things off with that super clickbaity I built the Minecraft world in 3 years video was a great way to get people all back on board again. I think there's a lot of people who are hungry and eager to see, the next project now.
I did see you've done sort of side builds, like another side build.
Yeah.
Was that ever something you thought of expanding upon?
I get a lot of requests for the end.
Yeah.
It's always one of my most liked comments on the videos, or it's always the top comment is what will you do the end? And the comment I always leave in response is, if Mojang ever drops a big in-game end update like the Nether, right?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
The long-awaited end update.
And everyone's like, it's coming. You got to trust me. And I'm like,
Every single time there's an update, they're like, oh, end update?
The end? Yeah, you've probably seen all the memes, they use the word end in a sentence. Oh my gosh, the end update confirmed.
Yeah.
The Nether, I definitely still want to go back and add a bastion, which is the big, goofy, super ugly looking structure, but I feel like there's a way I can make that look cool. I'd have to scale it down significantly. It's one of the largest structures in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's just a big block of black, crumbling, weird, yeah.
What are the challenges of building Lego in Minecraft that maybe you didn't see coming?
I mean, the obvious answer here, of course, is the stairs and the slabs. But to go a little more in depth about that is just the way that those particular elements made me learn Lego math in a way that I had never had to before, right? Brackets were something I largely disregarded the entirety of my mocking career. But Lego Minecraft forced me to recognize that a bracket is exactly half a plate. That's not some arbitrary measurement. And it took me a while to figure that out, but it became like a superpower, for closing these minuscule gaps and things like that. So when I do corner stairs and things like that, when you're really pushing the brackets to their limits, that's really cool. And that's why things like the new-ish 1x1 brackets have been really valuable in recent years. There's some elements that have come out, in the past 5 years that have been essential for making certain Minecraft stuff, which is really cool. But that has been most interesting thing by far. The other challenge is just sourcing the absurd amount of quantities of these repetitive elements. Thousands of 2x2 tiles, obviously, and Pick-a-Brick is great for that. But you don't want to buy 2x4s on Pick-a-Brick because I want to say a 2x4 brick on Pick-a-Brick is at least a quarter, which is not your 10-cent per part, but on Bricklink, it's cheap, right? Because no one buys 2x2s and 2x4s in reddish brown. No one cares, right? So you can get them for 8 cents a piece, but you can't buy infinite quantities like you can on Pick-a-Brick. And I have absolutely no qualms against using used elements. I think the people who use exclusively new elements, are rich, I guess, and probably crazy. I think there's nothing more beautiful than a used Lego brick. That means it has a story behind it. It means hopefully at some point a kid loved it. This is a toy, at the end of the day. I hope it's getting used, and I love used bricks and used parts. Yeah, I mean, I don't like them when they're chewed up or anything like that. Yeah,
that's too much of a story.
Yeah, exactly. Be respectful, right? But that will always be a challenge. Just sourcing enough bricks and plates and keeping them stocked.
Are there bricks or Minecraft blocks that are surprisingly difficult to translate?
It usually comes down to the colors, right? So granite, sand, red is tricky, but the worst one might be stone.
Just regular stone.
Stone, right? Because Minecraft stone falls right between light bluish gray and dark bluish gray. And so one of the most controversial things I ever did with my series is make stone dark gray. Because the sets, the official kits, make them in light gray. And so that was really interesting. I love the saturation that dark bluish gray has over light bluish gray. It was just too faded for me. It never made sense to be stone. But then, while I'm working on the series, Minecraft introduces the deep dark or that a whole 60 blocks of underground with this deep slate, which is a darker stone, which probably should be dark bluish gray. But of course, I can't use dark bluish gray because I already used that for regular stone. Going forward, they'll have me double checking. Should I continue to use dark bluish gray for stone? I probably will. I thought about using gunmetal gray for deep slate. It's got the shine to it naturally, but thanks to Speed Champions, they at least released 1x2 plates in the color, which obviously painful stacking all those on top of each other, but it's at least a thought. I mean, I don't see myself making another deep dark or anything like that. I feel like I made exactly what I wanted to at the scale I wanted to, but it's just interesting to think about for the future.
I think you brought this up in your third episode on The Village, is the path blocks, which are, I believe, 7/8 the height of a block in Minecraft or something. Yeah. Like that. And that's really where you have to get kind of creative with your engineering.
Totally. And that's what, again, the power of the bracket, because that's what it all ended up being, is that half plate, which ends up being what? Is that a tenth of a block, I suppose, of an indent, which is definitely as close as you're going to get, at this level. But yeah, there's funny things like that. And just because of the nature of the project, and its fan funding, I was able to, take the extra time and resources to do seemingly silly, stupid stuff like that. But it's super fun and kind of elevated it to the next level. And it's stuff like that that kept the build from becoming monotonous to me, right? It's just trying something weird. And especially when I think of some of the textures too, because there's a million different tan blocks, right? And, just finding ways to texture it differently so that someone could come up and say like, oh, it's that specific block. It's not sand, it's sandstone or chiseled sandstone, right? Even though like they're all same color. I think of another good example directly from the series is the Witch Hut, which in game is brown, right? And it only is, but it's made up of a few different blocks and they're just different textures. So I was able to bring out some of the interesting profile bricks that Lego produces to just texture them differently. It's all the same color, but you can still identify like, oh, that's a log, that's a plank, etc.
Were there any like official Lego Minecraft blocks that you were like, this is not good? Like I think of the cactus, the original cactus.
Oh yeah, that's a great example. I think it's glowstone is the crazy one that maybe shouldn't work, but kind of does when they brought in olive green for glowstone. I mean, for the most part, Lego Minecraft's interpretations of the blocks are so simplistic, you usually can't go too wrong with them. I wish they would have found a way to make the railway system scaled down to 2 blocks, but I mean, you're talking specialized parts at that point, because Lego Minecraft's rails are obviously 4 blocks wide, but their minifigures are also three studs wide.
When you talk about scale, the thing that comes to mind is like some of the mobs in Lego are not good, or they're like huge.
Yeah, that one becomes a bit easier to nitpick. The one that's always getting roasted in the comment section is the fox, which reuses the head from the cat. So you miss out on the ears and the nose. Another one that I get a lot of comments about too is the Ravager is reddish brown. When in game, it is very much gray. There's like bold strategies that like, and like I like the reddish brown Ravager. Like I think that's a good colorful color swap. It makes it a little less intimidating of a creature. But some of the mobs, like the old Hoglin, was roasted to such an extent that Lego actually redid it, which is really cool.
I think of the squid.
The squid
is not great.
Nah, that's a hard one at that scale. But yeah, it ends up being the size of a minifigure.
Yeah, if not bigger. It has a 2x3 tile, I think.
Yeah,
and then the tentacles.
The tentacles are another 1x3.
Like I would just make a custom mold at that point.
Honestly, if they could find a way to get like the 8 actual tentacles, that would be really cool. But there's some mobs that have done exceptionally well, like the jumping magma cube. If you don't have one of those in your life, it's the ultimate fidget toy. Super fun. The big slime that splits into smaller slimes from the mountain cave is really cool. Unfortunately, it's like $200 on the aftermarket now, which is very depressing. But I think that the Ravager's headbutting feature too is fantastic. Yeah, they've done a lot of really good play features in those really small mobs in the past, which is really impressive. And that's kind of where the best place that they can flex their creativity. And then of course you get printed elements for all these guys and exclusive like custom molded heads half the time. That's sort of good. Like it's pretty fun to see. And that's again why I was drawn to collecting those little guys, right from the beginning, because some of them are pretty cool.
Yeah. How do you feel about the different player avatars?
At first I hated them. I can't remember at what point I even started adding player skins to the world, but it took me a few episodes before I decided like, Okay, I guess I'm gonna get all these now. I do love them a lot now. It's always one of the highlights, when new sets come out, and especially when they do things with the expressions that are a bit different. Like one of my favorite guys in the Lego Minecraft series is Side Eyes Guy, because he's got his eyes out looking to the side, and he's got this really like neutral expression, and it translates so much well into so many situations. I adore it. And so they're starting to do more things like that, just proper goofy, like Alex with the raised eyebrow going ooh, and it's I hope they get goofier and goofier, because Minecraft is a goofy game. It's a goofy Lego theme. They need to have fun with it. Yeah, and I love when they embrace that.
Thanks so much to Caleb for getting on this episode. I honestly walked away from our chat liking Lego Minecraft a whole lot more, which was not my goal here. Like I said earlier, Caleb has a really storied legacy. I'm trying to coin that. You can find his latest stuff on YouTube at Cheesey Studios, but he's also on socials under that same handle. And he and his brother are on Lego Masters Season 2, which you can watch on Hulu. There's some crazy stuff going on that show, and honestly, it kind of scares me. And that's our episode. Thanks to you for listening to the holy matrimony of Lego and Minecraft. I now pronounce them a married couple. Do you want to support the show? Please, the best thing you can do, share it by word of mouth. Tell a friend, tell your online Lego buddies, and of course, following the podcast everywhere is just a huge help. It is going to be the same handle across the board. Any platform, it is clutchpower.pod. If you want to take your support up a notch, and that's a Minecraft pun for those of you that got that, you can become a patron. You'll get extra content for every episode, along with a digital Lego mock that I built specifically for that episode. This episode is one of my favorite builds so far. It's a little Minecraft micro scene at sunset, and I included like a ton of little Minecraft details for the real Minecraft sickos out there. You can see the mock-up on my socials right now. Thanks again for listening. Have a good night, and stay connected.